So if you're a DIYer like I am and you're doing projects by yourself all the time, check out this 2-in-1 laser tape measure by ACTBOT. This is the AS-A6 version, and I have had it out and used it a little bit to check it out and see what it's all about. Comes with a little instruction manual, kind of tells you how to use all the different functions. Comes with the actual tape measure itself. Has a nice belt clip on here like a normal tape measure would. Has an actual tape, goes out to 16 feet, has inches and millimeters on both sides. It locks in the open position and you can press the button and bring it in, so that's kind of handy. And it has a battery inside, so it has a USB charger cable, USB-A to USB-C. Then it has a readout screen, so you can turn it on. You can set it for several different functions. You got feet, meters, inches, and then feet and inches. Little battery indicator up in the corner, and then over here it shows you the tape itself. So it'll take a measurement either from the back of the tape measure or from the front of the tape measure, depending on how you want to take the measurement. There's actually 4 buttons on the side here. So this button is the unit selection button. The middle button is turn on and measure button. The bottom button is to turn off or clear key. This upper right hand button is area, volume, and Pythagorean button. So if you look at the screen and you push that Pythagorean button, you see right now you see a rectangle, and it tells you which part of the rectangle that you should measure next. This one is for the volume. You can find out the volume of a particular room. You push the button, it tells you which part of the room to measure next, just by the flashing line. This one uses the Pythagorean theorem, so you can determine how tall something is. Several different versions of that particular Pythagorean theorem type function. Just a regular straight line. I'll look that up and put it on the screen, what distance it will actually measure with the laser. Then on this side, you've got the laser, and it sends out the laser and then bounces back and it reads the distance. You can actually calibrate it if you need to, and you can see that from a long ways away, up against a wall or something like that, whatever you're measuring to. Let me point this at the wall behind me here. This is just a straight line from the back according to the diagram, and then you just point it and press the button and it gives you the distance. 9 feet 4 3/16. Also has beeps. You can turn the beeps on and off if they annoy you and you don't want it beeping all the time. You can push this upper button, and you notice here on the tape measure it'll show you measuring from the back or measuring from the front, depending on what you're wanting to do. Once you've got a measurement on there, you hit the, I believe it was the bottom one was the clear, so hit that, it'll clear that measurement. You hold this bottom button down for a few seconds and it'll turn the tape measure off. And if you forget to do that, I forgot what it said, a minute or something, it will shut off automatically if you're not using it. So let's say, for instance, I wanted to measure the square footage of a room. So I have this positioned in the corner of my room. So we'll push this upper right button to select the rectangle. So it tells me to measure the long leg. So we'll take a measurement there just by pushing this button on the side. That's 7 feet and 3 inches. And then you would turn it toward the other wall, and I can see the laser beam pointing on the wall over there. And then we'll take a measurement of that leg. So the area of this particular room that I'm mocking up here is 46.66 square feet, 7 feet by 6 feet. Pretty cool tool. Same location, let's try a different one. Let's try the cube. So we're pointed toward one wall, we'll take that measurement. Point it toward the other wall, we'll get that measurement. And the third measurement will be straight up toward the ceiling. And then it will give you the cubic feet, 229.55 cubic feet for the area that you're measuring. Very cool instrument. Real handy tool, especially if you're a DIYer working by yourself or you just don't want to do all the math. It does all the math for you. Okay, this is using the Pythagorean theorem, and I'm going to measure the wall that's ahead of me, how tall it is. So it's telling me to take the angle measurement, so I'll point this toward the ceiling, right at the corner of the ceiling. We'll take that measurement, and then it's telling me to point it straight across. We'll take that measurement, and it says it's 3 feet and 10 inches and 7/16. And then back to the straight line. Very cool tool. So that's the ACTBOT laser tape measure, ASA6. You can get them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. And I just think it's a real handy tool, especially for a do-it-yourselfer type person. Come in real handy on a lot of projects.